guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here a little bit late, but we're here. We almost weren't for another episode of the Dobbers, the Silent King. We're here with our full cast and crew. We, of course, have Keith, a.k.a. Material Components. We have Mac from Mac the Meeple. We have Chris from the Charity Board Gamer. And, of course, Daryl himself, the creator of this game, the Dobbers here, also known as Splatter Inc. Online. Before I turn things over to him for some recap fun, I'll remind you guys, if you want to support the channel, please go check out our Patreon. If you want to join the conversation and talk about this wonderful game, check us out over in Discord. And if you want to support this wonderful cast, you can do so by donating and filling that bar in the bottom right-hand corner. As soon as that bar fills, Daryl gets to do whatever the hell he wants to us, but more importantly, every dollar that goes in there goes back to these wonderful faces you see before you. And with that, Daryl, take us into the world of Dobbers.
Yes, the world of the Dobbers. I feel like we didn't discuss who was going to do the recap tonight.
Technically, we've all done it now, and so it goes back to you.
It goes back to me.
All right, you were the first recap.
Yeah, because I was the one who did the first episode without a recap because it was the first anyway. So this is the world of the Dobbers. Who would be giving this recap? So we'll do it as Herb, the wizard, who you guys just got a cameo of in an earlier episode. Well, it seems to me that if I remember correctly, there was some young Dobbers that were going on a quest for some reason into the underground place. And I think there was, oh, yes, my tea, just one moment. I'll get that in a second. And they were on a boat with another goblin. I'm not sure why he was there, but they went and they found a hand in the middle of the water, and that wasn't the strange part. The strange part was that the hand's shadows turned into little dark sprites that tried to suck out their souls. As it happens, they weren't able to get anything from Kaddish, but but Kaddish was smart enough to realize there were these symbols on each of the fingers of the hands that was somehow powering their magic. Or perhaps that was draining their magic. I don't know which it was. They could have actually maybe destroyed the whole story by trying to chip off those symbols, but we won't talk about that right now. As they were discovering these symbols, another ship sailed up and captured them. It was rather quite easy as the story goes, because large sea creatures with tentacles and claws were just whacking them, and they fell down and put them aboard their ship. Afterward, they sailed to the port of the Underkeep. And again, that's just as the story goes. We all know none of this is true because in Dobberton there is no underground world, and these people are all just part of a fantastic story as told by my friend. What is my friend's name? Tenid. Yes, Tenid. Anyway, enjoy. Have a good night. I don't know.
That guy's a liar. He's a liar. His pants are on fire.
That was as best I got. Unprepared as it was. So that's kind of our recap. But again, thanks to everybody for coming. We're going to jump right in. I will not only do the recap, but now we're going to do kind of the intro to this episode. The crew of the Black Tooth have removed your weapons and are now wrapping a stout, rough cord around your waists, tying you all together in a chain. Now, having been led to the top deck, your senses are assaulted with sights, sounds, and smells. The Black Tooth is tied to one of a series of docks, which are connected to each other by a boardwalk along the shore. Extending into the distance behind the walk is a vast city of clay, bone, and canvas structures. Some are built into huge stalagmites and rock outcroppings, while others are freestanding, ramshackle piles of what must be debris that had washed up from the Black Sea. Iridescent fungus line the streets and cluster at the base of buildings. You imagine it would be quite pretty if it wasn't for the oil-burning lamps throughout the area, flooding out the soft light of the mushrooms and filling the air with greasy black smoke. The docks and streets are full of people of wildly varying shapes and sizes. Most are like Barnacle Billy and many of your other captors. Dobbers, so pale they almost look sickly. They use hides of fish and other strange sea life for clothing. They seem particularly fond of placing whole hides of a creature on their heads. Squids, octopus, large fish, crabs, all sorts of unrecognizable tentacled beasts. When placed on their heads, it almost looks like a living hat is feeding on their head. Among the Dobbers are, and dressed similarly, are also mock garb and a few goblin. The Orctopus and Orctobear are even more rare, but some can be seen in the crowd. Now that you have more light than you had when out on the Black Sea, you notice the flags flying on the dock match the one on the Blacktooth ship. It's a black pennant with a white emblem. The top half of the emblem is a tree, and the bottom is an anchor, as if the roots of the tree were this anchor. You are led from the boat down the dock, through the crowd, to a simple and robust building not far from the boardwalk. A burly crab-toe gator, and grizzled old pale Dobber stand guard at the large double doors. Billy pushes them open and flamboyantly waves around the room. Welcome to the cradle of civilization, where my men and I work to restore the word of Skagerrak. I do hope you enjoy your short stay. By the food shortage that was just reported to me, I imagine it will be very short indeed. The room is large and smoke-filled. The smoke adds to the foreboding appearance of a large statue in the center of the room. The face of the statue matches the one you saw at the Kaburi Cemetery. Though the body is in a different pose. I can read. It has, your guess is that the statue was moved to this location. It has clear seams where it was broken and reassembled. The arms that may have been extended once are broken off and missing. The base of the statue is a simple stone chair. Billy sits in this chair and then directs the crew to lead you away. You are led past the statue to a hall that leads deeper into the building. You pass a number of holding cells, each with prisoners. At the end of the hall, a large cell is opened by an octopus, the one now leading your chain, and you are put into it. You notice the last cell you passed before entering your own had a familiar face in it. Zerd. The door closes, and I turn it over to you.
I'm sorry, did they say they have short food? Like, we're only getting tiny portions?
Or not being fed at all?
Oh, I thought he said shortish food. Like, tinier than normal.
Food shortage?
Shortage. Okay, I misheard him. It must have been the octopus on his head. It was very distracting.
Yeah.
He was wearing an octopus.
Zerd.
That man had crab parts.
Is that friend Zerd?
They're going to feed you too. Their crew. That's what they mean.
Oh, they're going to feed us.
To them. They're going to eat you.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
What happened to your ship, friend Zerd?
I was captured not long after I dropped you off.
Should probably get a faster boat.
I had a fast boat. We will have to escape again. Will you escape again with me?
Well, yes. I would like to escape being eaten by the weird pale ones.
I have no crew. They are deceased, or they are captured and elsewhere. No. Driftwood Dan, you haven't met him, I don't think, but he is the second in command of these horribles.
Goblin friend Zerd, I still... Globrek Perg still has a lockpick kit, but seems we are missing something if you have no ship or friends to sail said ship.
We still have to escape, don't you think?
Yes, but smart to think ahead. At least one step.
Plus, I mean, we were so great at escaping the first time. This should be pretty easy, right?
We could steal a ship.
Perhaps do not blow any horn this time, Kadesh.
It was a great distraction.
It definitely did distract.
I will teach you to ship a ship. How do I say it? To sail a ship. If we can steal one, maybe we can get one of the others.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to talk my way out of this one again. So can we not get caught this time?
Yeah, don't get caught.
Yeah, Kaddish.
I didn't get caught. I blew a horn.
After stepping on some plates.
I don't recall that part.
Didn't happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. I blew the horn, and I alerted everyone that there were people in the other direction as a distraction, and then they all ran away, and then we got to the ships. That's how I remember it.
Friend Zerd, have you any friends in this city that might we be friends with too that could help us escape?
This city is thieves and killers.
Aren't you? Too? Like, you should have friends. Yeah? That's your job.
No, I am one of the other clan of goblins that I mentioned in the other episode.
Wait a minute. Didn't we have a deal? I remember you saying something like, if you go to the hand and survive, I'll do something. And here we are. We went and we survived.
No, yes, what was it? What would you like me to do?
I don't remember what
gladly
it was.
from here.
I don't remember what it was. I was kind of distracted by the hand.
This isn't the Underkeep clan. Is not that one. Sorry, I had a thought pop in my head. You're in Underkeep, or else I got him confused.
So how do we get out of here?
Well, the other goblin said he could open it. He should try. Globrick, try to open it. Try to lockpick it.
You do still have your kit, right, Globrick?
Oh, of course. I would never lose such a thing. It served me well over these years, but it seems
they almost forgot to take your weapons, so don't worry about not having that.
But it seems we need a plan beyond the walls of this cell.
I know the city enough. I have been here. I might be able to lead us at least to another building where my friend Kaylin is, and maybe they can help us get out.
I told you he'd have friends.
Yes, well, Kaylin isn't exactly a friend. I owe her money. But, you know, maybe if you guys have money...
We have wooden coins, remember?
Convince her, huh?
We have wooden coins. Remember we tried to buy you.
Right. You're from the above ground where wood is valuable and metal is not. Which is dumb, by the way.
Well, where are all your trees?
They aren't here.
Well, there you go.
Look at that. Trees
does make a point.
We have bone.
We have bones too inside of us.
Right. They won't be inside for long if we don't get out of here.
Well, then get us out.
I don't have a lockpick kit. I'm barely alive, and he is damaged, you can see. You know, damaged, because that's how you describe someone who's hurt. He is injured.
What a terrible...
Globrick.
Perhaps we rest for the night. It's warm in here.
It is cold outside.
But they want to eat us. So I'm not so sure that this is the place to sleep.
Okay, so we escape from here and we find this friend Kaylin, or friend who money is owed. funny thing in the above ground goblin tongue. A friend and a person who money is owed to are synonyms. They are the same thing.
Friend and debtor are the same word.
Oh,
Yep.
I think that's an all goblin in any game forever.
Right. So, and enemy is the same as someone who has paid their debt.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't owe them something, you're not worth being a. Anyway.
Well, there's no reason to work together with that
Right.
person. They're not a friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I guess I could keep watch while you try to pick the lock. I could.
It is a good thing that Globrek Perg was once a lockpick. It seems that skill comes in handy quite often.
Yes, it does.
Globrick unrolls his leather pouch or his leather roll of tools.
Good roll, Chris.
Yeah, I just rolled for perception.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of keep an eye out.
Nice.
Nice.
There you go.
That's an amazing roll.
Ah, what a simple lock! These fools, these underground fools, have not progressed beyond a simple tumbler lock.
I would like yes, so roll what do I want you to roll here? So yeah, no, never mind. Sorry, I was thinking through something and I overthought it. Just as you begin to go about the lock picking action, Bowie like taps you really quick on the shoulder. Like, you've determined the nature of the lock, but you now see an octopus walking down the hallway with a Dobber next to him. This Dobber has a large red beard, and his hat is made of like a catfish, and the whiskers are hanging over his.
Is it the same octopus that I've been taunting?
No, this one's completely different now.
Oh, bummer.
They're not all the same, Bowie. God.
Not all, but you have seen this one. He was on your ship, or the ship you were on the Blacktooth. And so anyway, they're just walking, kind of meandering, down the hallway. And as they get closer, you kind of overhear in the very garbled common of the octopus. Billy said I would man the tiller this time. He didn't let me. The other Dobber pats him. If you be on my ship, I promise I'd let you man the tiller sometime. Oh, you probably wouldn't. No one trusts Agate. Anyway, so they're walking and they get down to the end of the hall and they're in front of you.
What's a tiller?
I don't know,
Okay.
but
I have no
we should
clue.
let him run artiller. I feel like he'd be a good artillery.
Perhaps it is a part of one of these large boat things.
Oh, you know who's a bad captain? Zerd. Zerd, what's a tiller?
How you steer the ship? It's the tiller.
Oh.
I thought oars did that.
Yep.
You can propel a ship with oars, but it's not the same. The tiller steers it. You're talking about a big piece of machinery, equipment? I don't know.
Okay, me neither.
Anyway, so they turn and start heading back down the hallway.
Guys, I know that we don't know how to use a boat. But Zerd got kidnapped twice and put in prison, and now his whole crew's dead. He's a very bad captain.
Okay, but we've been imprisoned at least twice.
Yeah.
And you're leading us.
Right,
so...
but we walked into the prison both times. We just sort of walked in to the Phoenix place and said, hey, we're here. And they said, hey, go to prison. And then these guys showed up and they said, hey, get on our boat. And we said, okay. And then they put us in prison. We didn't get captured. We just went to prison. It's very different.
I believe the second time we most certainly were captured.
No, we attacked them and they said, we'll stop attacking you if you just get on our boat. And then we said, okay. You don't remember that part because you were unconscious.
Oh, true. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
I just woke up on the boat.
You just woke up on the boat. So yeah, we didn't get captured. We willingly went on the boat, and they just escorted us into prison. See? They only took our weapons this time.
But you're leading us, and we're in prison again.
Yeah.
So what does that say about your leadership?
I'm great at it. I've led us to prison twice. We went there willingly. He didn't go willingly. He got captured twice in
Kadeshai,
a
you
week.
might just want to stop while you're.
Why
you're
are
ahead,
you
my
letting?
friend.
Why are we willingly going to prison then, leader?
I don't know. We didn't have anywhere else to go. We didn't have a boat. We had a tiny canoe. Their boat looked like a way better option.
Perhaps we could speak to some of these octopus that are not on Barnacle Billy's ship. It seems that maybe they might need extra hands or lotions, oils of some kind. I sell many tinctures they might be interested in buying.
After we pick that lock, if you want to go ahead, by all means, have fun with your bombs and your lotions.
They have a lot of legs, and they make me uncomfortable.
Too many.
Yes, many legs require many lotions.
Are you trying to keep all of this conversation from the ears of Zerd?
No, not particularly. No.
Alrighty, I was going to say, okay, roll to be quiet. So never mind.
No. Yeah, no. Kaddish just thinks he's a bad captain. He's got captured twice, and the second time his whole crew died. So he clearly is bad at his job. If you're a paladin captain and all your paladins get killed, you get fired. That's how that works.
Yes, but friend Zerd is the only one who knows anything about these lands.
Very true.
Big boats.
Keith or Mike, let me rephrase that. Globrick or Kadesh, give me a insight or intelligence roll, which might be the same. No, insight's probably wisdom. Never mind. One or the other, whichever one you prefer.
I have insight. I have a nat 20 on insight.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay, this is coming from out of nowhere. Your brain pulls up this thought, this feeling about Zerd that you remember him saying that Thomas needs you to succeed when you first met him.
Really?
Why would he know Thomas?
I don't know. That's a
Wait,
good question.
Zerd said that?
Yeah, Zerd said that.
That is
Thomas needs you to find the book. I think it's actually what he said.
I don't remember that at all. That is a good point.
Clearly an octopus crab man.
Yeah, that makes me not trust him even more, Daryl.
It was an insight roll. That's what
Yeah.
they were for.
Yeah, if I remember that as we're discussing the usefulness of Zerd, I kind of like very dramatically, right? And then I kind of wave everyone away from where Zerd is, and then I whisper so that only they can hear, and I'll roll you a stealth if you'd like.
Glabrick, I will. If you get us a ship, I will get us to the rapids.
Okay.
You want to go to the rapids, right?
One moment, Zerd. I have much discussing to do with my friends here.
Discuss with me. I will distract the man here. Who was that? That was Agate. No, that was not Agate.
Oh, wait one moment, friend Zerd.
Don't worry about distracting just yet. Just stay there. We'd greatly appreciate it. Give us one moment.
I lean in close to Zerd and say,
My Dobber friends are not trusting of others. I'm the only goblin you see that they trust. So I will work as an in-between man between Zerd friend and Globrick friend.
Yes.
And Dobber friends.
You can be our mediary.
Perfect.
I will even give you a discount so that you can charge more. Wait, we're not just talking here.
Globrek loves discounts.
Globrek,
All right.
shut up, Globrek.
Hold on.
Guys, listen.
Hi, Dobber friends.
So I rolled a 16 for stealth, Daryl, for this whisper
enough,
conversation. Guys, Zerd knows Thomas.
Well, that's great.
I don't think it is.
Wait,
How does that make any sense?
I'll teach
Because
you
he said it. He said that Thomas needs us to succeed. Thomas wants the book. The book that I... Shh. The book that I have.
but Zerd said that the upstairs doesn't exist.
He's a liar. No offense, Globrek.
None
Down
taken.
to it.
He knows that the upstairs exists, and he knows that Thomas is up there, and Thomas wants us to do something, and that's why he's being so helpful.
But why did he think that we look weird? Thomas was
He
a
was
Dobber.
acting, I think.
Thomas is from down here?
Yeah, Thomas... I told you, and no one believed me. Thomas also has crab claws. When
Oh, yes, he does.
Damn... Sorry. How did you know? Why didn't you say anything?
No, I saw through his illusions. But it didn't seem relevant at the time.
At the time that I was saying that he had crab hands and no one believed me, it didn't seem relevant right then when I discussed it.
Funny when you just kept doing this. I just remember you doing this.
That's because he had them. He had them. Thomas and his weird friend both had them.
I thought you were just fixated. Globrek
No.
can often become fixated when
I
working
said
on
it,
construction.
Globrek. Whoa!
I don't know why I'm so tickled. Continue.
God. Anyway, he knows him. That's why he wants to help us. I don't even think I think he's getting captured on purpose. I think Thomas is sending him information somehow with magic, maybe. I don't know how that works.
This sounds a little crazy, just so you know.
But he did say it. He said that Thomas needs us to succeed with whatever we're doing. That's why he's helping so much. So I don't trust him. Even though I want to succeed, I don't want to succeed for Thomas. That guy has too many legs and crab hands.
Oh, I don't trust Zerd either. No goblin is worthy of trust.
Right.
Yeah, you call them friends
Absolutely.
a lot, Globrick.
Well, of course, friend and trust are not the same thing.
You just owe him some money, clearly.
No, he owes me money.
This is Keith's most ambiguous character ever. It's a gray line. Most of what I say is gray. It's a very thin white and black area, and the rest of the spectrum is very gray all the time. Okay, so how do
Or
we
is
get
it
out of
black
here?
and red?
It's just going to
It's
be a
black and red, yeah.
podcast of giggling.
How do we get out of here? And not with Zerd. Or we, I don't know, tie him up or something and bring him along in a way that he doesn't do any damage.
We need a new map. I don't know where we are anymore.
Oh, I know where we
Well,
are. Globrick has the map. We're over here. Oh,
Does the map include the underground?
no.
Well, you see, before Zerd was the captain, but now we hold the power, so we are the captain.
Yeah, but we don't know how to use the ship.
Well, figuratively, we don't have a ship, of course.
Oh, right. But on the map, we can see where the hand is, Siggy, and then we know that we traveled generally a this way-ish direction for several days. So we're probably here-ish. But underground.
How do you know which way you traveled from underneath the dock or underneath the decks?
Solid logic.
Daryl, I'm 100% making
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we're generally here, but of course he's pointing on a map of Dobberton, but we're here, but underground.
Friend Zerd, where are we?
Now you want to talk. I thought you guys had decided you didn't want my help.
No, of course not.
Yes. Oh,
You didn't say anything of that nature, no. Nothing of that sort.
Nothing. So as you guys come out of your huddle and he blurts that out, you notice he's standing, or you notice that the door he's behind in his cell is slightly open, and he thinks that he closes it before you guys notice.
Zerd, what do you think you're doing?
What are you talking about? We need to get a ship, and I will take you to the rapids like you wanted.
Tell me why you just so
Because
quickly
we had a
closed that
deal,
door.
like Kaddish said. The brash one, the one who is, thinks he's smarter than everyone.
I don't.
that's Globrick.
No, I know that I am.
I think I'm better than everyone. There's a difference.
Globrick is smarter than everyone. I mean,
Zerd, you will tell us
in your
what
room.
exactly you're doing. You will tell us, or I will come over there and I will find out by bludgeoning you to death if I have to. But I will ask you right now, what are you doing? I saw you close that door.
What? This door? And he pushes. Oh my gosh! It's not even locked. They are quite foolish, aren't they?
I think
Quite foolish. These pirates.
Siggy, we might have to bring Bowie to the authorities when we get back.
Yeah, he's gone down off the deep end.
I don't.
Everything changed after he drank that strange water, that fire water,
That's
I
very
think.
true. I think he has an issue that we need to solve. In
I'm
prison.
a little afraid of him.
What if we leave him here? In the prison.
Will he
Are
come
you
back?
talking about Bowie?
Yeah. Every time we get locked into a prison, Bowie threatens the life of someone. He is very
well
averse.
under pressure.
Yeah, he's very averse to prison. He
He's
gets
under
very
I understand.
violent.
So that 12 I just rolled is the performance of Zerd trying to convince you that he believes that door was just, he didn't know it was unlocked the whole
Oh
time.
man. You want us to roll insight against that nonsense?
If you want, you can just interpret it as you like, though. I like your role playing better than your dice playing.
Yeah, I think the moment he closed the door, Kaddish has just been like this the whole time and is looking at anyone to make eye contact with him. Like, look, I told you.
Globrick, go ahead and unlock this door so I can beat him to death.
No, I already did.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, yeah. Now, so my intention though with our when the people came down is you didn't finish, but the roll still counts. So now you.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's fine.
Yes, of course. Here we are.
So Zerd,
Yeah.
I'm about to come over there and kick your butt unless you tell us the truth. What do you want to do?
We can't hold him back, Zerd. He's a wild match.
Wild what?
A match that has been coated with a chemical compound that's out of control and wasn't concocted properly. This kind of thing has happened to Globrek before.
What?
Globrick, a bomb.
Don't hit me! You strange. What is that on your face? Is that a scar?
On my face.
Yes. You say you
Just
had
a little cut, but you'll have a bigger one on yours.
No.
Tell us
So
the truth
violent.
now.
I am helpful,
Back
Zerd.
under pressure.
Talk like
You're
Blubber.
only as helpful as you are, but I don't believe it right now. I don't believe you're going to be helpful unless you tell us the truth. So tell me the truth or I'll get in your head.
All right. So, for the are you trying to open the door? So he it's indicated that it's unlocked now, but when you come out and come towards him and he's like, don't hit, he pulls it closed again, so you can't get in there. What is sending? You're going to, that's.
I'm gonna get in his head. Can I send a
Can
message
you
to him?
use that aggressively? I thought that was like a
I don't know. Hold on.
friend to friend kind of thing.
No, it's anyone you're familiar with. You can just send words into their head. Up to 25 words.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've just
I'm gonna
never
say
seen you
in
use
his
this
head, I know that you're lying. I will kill you if you don't tell us the truth. And nobody can hear me say it to you right now.
Why is he making that face? It's like a...
What is happening?
It's like a this
back.
face.
Get
It's
back.
it's an aggressive face.
Roll
Perhaps under
intimidation.
pressure, we need to like maybe tie him up.
Like,
Glauber, do you have a bomb for
Like-
that?
20.
I have just the balm for that.
Like a cooling lotion? Eucalyptus, perhaps?
It's you, isn't it? You with the lightning on your face. You're talking into my head with some sort of witchcraft.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know you need to tell me the truth now.
What truth? What am I lying about? I'm not lying. I will take you to the place, but I don't know if I want to.
Why did you close
You're all
the door?
very
I don't
scary.
believe you. Why did you just close the door? You knew the door was unlocked. What are you getting at?
Kidding. They made a mistake. And
Who did?
we're
You?
going to get
Who
out of
made
here
a
because of
mistake?
it, but we're being too loud. They're going to come back.
Then let them come back and stab you to death if they have to. I'll go back in my cell and close it. What would you like right now, Zerd?
Nothing. I'm not going with you anymore. You'll have to
Okay.
find your own captain.
Ooh, I'll be a captain.
Is the door still unlocked?
Yeah.
Rude.
His door is still unlocked?
It's
Can I
closed.
just push it? Can I push it open and scare the crap out of him that way? Or
So if you go to the door, he's going to grab it and pull it like closed. So you have to pull it open. You can do
Okay.
a contest of strength.
okay, let's do this.
All right.
I really need some beet fries for this encounter.
Fries.
That sounds
All
awesome.
right. So he's pulling on it, and you're bigger and taller and stronger and more manly. And you pull it, and he kind of gets drug out into the hallway with you, and then he lets go and like falls backwards. You know, when you let go in reverse direction, then he falls and bumps his rear end.
You will help us. You will tell us the truth. And if you don't, right now, I will end your life. What would you like?
Fine. I have already. I picked the lock, but I was too scared to escape by myself. I was waiting
Know
for
this.
an opportunity, and here you are. You're like, but you're not. You're not friendly to me.
I'm not friendly with my foes. If I so much as see you cheat against us or do us harm, I will end you.
You can roll insight.
Okay.
All right. You believe him.
All right.
Terrifying, if gullible, Bowie.
We best hurry. I'm sure the commotion has made too much noise.
Show us out then.
I don't know. That way is the way we came from.
Do you know where they would have put our weapons?
I didn't see where they put yours.
Well, where'd they put yours?
At the end of the hall, there's an area where the guards hang out before they come wander back here.
Then let's make haste.
All right.
If there
What
are
do you
guards there, what are we going to do about it?
Globrick has a plan.
Okay?
All right.
You see? And he takes out he takes a pebble or a penny. I guess I've been using pennies for this nonsense out of his pocket and does magical tinkering on it, which it makes it continuously emit a nonverbal sound like chirping. I think I'm going to go for like a rat-like sound, and it's perceivable 10 feet away. So cast this on a couple of pennies when we're near the guard room, and like peek around the corner and roll them into the room down a hallway, perhaps as a distraction.
Okay. Let's proceed quietly. There almost always someone in the guard room.
So everyone roll stealth.
You got it. gonna go ahead and fail this roll for you guys. It's gonna be really cool. Boom! Oh, nailed it.
Look at those rolls. Everybody is completely silent. There's just one person in the hallway.
It was Ragey Amadeus over here.
Yeah.
He's just fuming down the hallway. He's still just stomping.
The reason that the people in the guard room can hear is because he's still sending. Like,
into their heads. Bowie, shush. Why are you so loud?
All right, so you guys are creeping down the hallway. The way this hallway is shaped, most everything is cut into rock or clay. It's not perfectly straight. There's not a lot of light. There's just a little bit of light kind of shining down the hallway from the guard room. But after going about halfway down, you do hear some scuffling from the front room, and it sounds like somebody's getting ready to walk down. And you hear kind of a faint, hear something. And anyway, so what are you guys going to do?
I guess that's time for a Globber's playing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Have we gotten... have we been able to peek into this room or get a sense? Did we pass through this room?
There was too much noise made. There's someone coming to check the hallway before you get to the door. That's what I'm trying to communicate.
Gotcha.
You're 30 feet or more from the opening to that room. Still.
Perhaps we should just capture this person and put a sack over their head. This is outside of the context of the Globber's plan.
Do you have a sack?
Yes, of course.
All right, so you see a silhouette step into the opening of the hallway and begin coming down the hallway. Are you guys doing anything other than standing there completely visible?
Can my character take the strings off of his fiddle in preparation to possibly strangle the character?
Jesus Christ. What's happening?
All right, so he's 30 feet away. If you're going to take the strings off your fiddle, I mean, are you going to just like grab them and just like yank? Because there's not a fast way to do that delicately.
No, I think I'll just play it smart right now.
Is there anything to hide behind, or is this just like an empty hallway?
No, that's so it's like it's cut into this like big stonework area, so it actually does kind of do this a little bit. You could even find a little nook and press yourself up against it, and if with the shadows and the dark light, maybe if you're lucky, you're hidden. But if you just stand in the hallway, he sees you.
All right.
I'm gonna tuck myself into a nook.
Yeah,
in case we need to knock him out.
As will
I don't have a weapon.
How far are we from the cages we were kept in?
You're 40 to 50 feet away from it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty far.
All right, so you still have your nat 20 on your stealth roll, Siggy. So yeah, you tuck yourself in. You feel pretty confident that you actually are doing a good job of being still and quiet. As you press against the wall, you look across and through the bone bars of the cell that's across from you, and you see two big glassy eyes looking at you.
Gross.
As your eyes focus, you see someone who looks like a walking fish. It turns its head, like seeing the guy coming down and seeing you.
You're a good fishy. Shh. I shall call you Nemo. Shh.
So we're all tucked into this, into like an alcove? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I don't know what Bowie's doing though. He's I don't know. He's tucked into the alcove, but he's also just banging his arms against the wall or something. I don't know.
All right, I think I'm gonna roll one of these pennies down the hall, like the direction that we came from, So it's making like a weird chirping sound.
What's going on down there?
I think for fluff purposes, because everything I do is a chemical, it's actually just some weird like chemical that I've coated on the penny, and it makes a weird chirping sound, like the the chemical reaction of it.
It's the squeaky wheel gets the grease, except in this case, it's the grease causes the squeaky wheel.
It's actually been concocted in order to produce the exact sound of a mouse or rat.
All right. So are you trying to get it past the guard or to the guard or going the other way back towards your cell?
The way that we came, by the cell, so that hopefully he's distracted by that sound and thinks that's the sound and passes us, and then we can...
All right. So he's about to step across from you. Oh, so you throw it. Yeah, and he's like, oh, there's a noise. And he's close enough now. You see this is a mock garb, which I don't think you guys have encountered. They're like lizard folk, basically. But they're rare, but they're in the southern part of the Alwaysgreen Forest. So they're not unknown to Dobbers, but they're just rare. Anyway. But he's also dressed like the everybody in this crazy town. And he kind of waddles past you. You can tell his attention is fixed on the noise following away. Just enough of a distraction to allow Bowie's crazy Nat Wanda to get by for the time being. And then the big glassy eyes across the way. Me free. Me free, me or me tell.
All right, Globrick, get on it.
Yeah, Globrick.
Get on what, this fish? I don't understand.
He's locked up.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, he's in a
I'm
cell
sorry,
across
guys.
from you. And he's being quiet. And he wants out, or he's going to shout.
Maybe he knows how to run a ship.
Very true.
We're trusting this fish man over my friend Zerd. Okay, here we go.
I remember you saying that trust wasn't exactly a very gray for you.
Well, I suppose I've never found a reason to not trust a fish.
All right, so you remember, of all the fish I've met, I trust you the most. You go to unlock this, and not having rolled the whatever crazy roll you rolled before, a 20 or 21, it unlocks fine, but it does click rather loudly. Click, click. The mock-arm turns from your cell, and now he sees you like leaning into it. Hey, what's going on down there? And he starts chasing you or running.
The lock inspector.
Man, you're not in your cell. Are you gonna roll initiative? Are you gonna
lock inspector? I'm here to inspect your locks.
No, you're. Yeah, I think we need initiative. I don't think it's gonna.
Can the charm person work at all, or is he hostile, or?
Yeah, he's hostile. He's a guard.
Okay.
So
Right.
are Siggy and Kaddish still technically hidden?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I mean, for sure. Sorry, I keep
Cool.
saying I mean like 8 times.
Cool.
How far are we from the end of the hall?
You're 30 feet from the end of the hall.
Okay.
You're 40 feet from the cell you came out of, and you're 1 initiative away from this guy getting you. So if you just run, you will maintain a distance ahead of him unless he's faster than you.
From where the end of the hall is, can we see our weapons?
You can't see them. No, they're in the room.
They are in the room, though?
Well, that was what you were told.
Okay. I'm
They're
actually
not
going
in
to
the
run
room.
for the weapons.
You're also told there might be guards in that room too.
That's true. Crap. Oh.
I mean, go nuts. I'm just reminding you that you were told that.
Yeah, get your guitar string garrot out.
That would be a pretty decent. That would be a pretty decent weapon.
Like I could go stealth with those strings and just try to do that, but I'll stay with the party rather than try to run for our weapons. We'll just bludgeon this guy. So. Yep.
All right. So so this guy's running toward you. Everybody's got a higher initiative than him, except for Chris, Bowie, and but like you said, Siggy and Kaddish are still pressed into the little hole there. So we're going to So what are you going to do, Siggy? Knowing that you're hidden.
Going to command him to flee. I'm going to cast command. So
Nice.
He needs to take a wisdom saving throw. I believe it's wisdom. Wisdom saving throw.
These guys are extra wise. There you go.
So flee.
Flee. All right. So he's running there and they've got this sort of awkward lizard sort of construction in it. So he starts backing up, like getting ready to turn around to run back towards the cell. Is he scared, or is he just obeying, or is he confused why he's obeying?
He's not scared. He's just obeying a command.
Okay. There you go. So he turns around and starts heading towards the thing. That was quick.
Yes, as
Right.
I said, lock inspector. No need to bother.
How long does he flee? Is there a way he can break that, or? Like when he takes damage or something?
When he takes
One
damage, I
round.
think
Believe duration of 1 round. So he flees
Okay.
for a round, as long as nobody hurts him in that round.
Okay. So it's Globrick's turn.
Come with us, fishman. Fish friend.
And I think Globrick is going to move to peek around the corner into the room where all the guards are at.
Okay. So you head down that way and you look in the corner, or look around the corner, and you don't see anybody. There's a table, a couple of chairs. There's like some shelving. It's all pretty much a mess. There's even a plate with bones sitting on it and rotten meat, which incidentally, all of you being vegetarians, except for maybe Globrick, it's up to him. This is very, very disturbing to see. And yeah.
No, it's disturbing. He's eating meat unspiced.
Probably uncooked.
why are they eating rotten food?
I don't know, but there's no one in this room. Come on.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yes.
Look for weapons.
All right. Yep, your stuff is just heaped in a pile.
Oh, good. It's heaped in a pile. Shink.
Can I see if there's anything else in the room, like weapon related, that's not ours, or any armor or anything?
Yes.
Sweet.
There are several low quality weapons. There's a couple knives, a short sword, lots of spears. There's one set of fairly decent leather armor, one set of fairly decent seaweed armor, and it's all, whatever you what is that? Seaweed armor.
Tentacle seaweed.
I don't know what that seaweed armor.
Is there a door that we can close between us and this?
No. You gotta act quick. You can go out though. There's a door that leads out.
Let's get on the other side of that door.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing my shit and I'm headed out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a chair from this room if there is a chair.
Yeah.
And get to the other side of the door.
Kind of a bone chair. It's just a back with a canvas stretched across it, and then a canvas seat, and otherwise it's just bone tied together to make this.
How crude, but I think it would work.
And I'm gonna prop the other side of the door once we're. If I'm not jumping ahead.
What are you trying to do?
Follow the fish.
Okay.
Globber's in a well?
No
No,
fish.
Globrek is right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's Zerd?
Man
Grab
runs
him.
to the door.
Oh,
And,
we left Zerd behind.
No, I'm pretty sure he's with us.
Well, he could be.
Is he?
I threatened his life if
didn't
he
come.
didn't.
Oh, he didn't come at all? He's back in his cage?
He stayed back there.
Oh, screw that
All
guy.
right, well, fish is now our captain. Go, fish, go.
Right.
That makes so
ahead.
much more sense. They live in water.
We'll call you Glub Glub or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a
Glub
good name.
Glub.
Solid. All right, Glub Glub, lead the way.
So as he's blubbering and pointing in directions, we're chasing
Yeah.
after whatever he's
Yeah,
pointing
you
towards.
chase after him. You open up this door. It's a reinforced door. The idea here is that it can be locked and everybody can be kept inside, or no one can get inside, that kind of thing. But for the moment, it's openable. You push through, and you're in kind of a network of rooms and hallways of this building that you came into earlier. If you remember correctly, which you probably do, you can find your way back to the main hall room, where the statue was, and Billy, and who knows what's going on there at the moment.
Using he pulls out his tinkerer tools, but Globrek takes this stool, props it up at the handle of the door in such a way, and then uses his tinkerer tools to kind of affix it, nail it to the door or whatnot, so that it's barricading this door from the other side, so this guard can't get
Give
through.
me a tinkering roll.
Ah, yes, this is an old trick of my father's before he abandoned me on the road.
Nice, oh my word. Yeah, so you somehow deconstruct and then reconstruct the chair into a barricade.
Nothing's getting through that.
So just as you get that done, you hear boom, boom. What's going on over there? This door's locked. Let me out.
I can't hear you.
The locksmith said he's having a hard time with the door.
Billy won't stand for this.
What?
Oh, sorry. This lock is under construction. There will be a short moment until it is fixed.
You won't get away with this.
Get away with what? Fixing all the locks in this bloody dungeon?
It was requested by the Lord, whoever he is.
What? No, anyway, so you planning to stand around and talk to this guy, or?
No.
You're following Blub Blub.
Yes.
My mind. Blah, blah, okay, yeah. Billy. No Billy.
I don't know what he's saying, guys.
Billy.
Said Billy, but then he
Billy.
said no Billy. I'm completely confused, Glub Glub.
Billy, are you talking about the Captain Billy? Billy Barnacle, the asshole.
Globrick!
Excuse me.
Wow.
Dobbers.
No, Billy kill my people. Must
No.
find another way out.
Yes, we don't like him either.
Same though.
Now you can speak. I don't know why you were talking all that blub blub before.
After hearing him
because
for a
that's
few
noises that you make.
rounds, you start to decipher more words.
Sure,
Friend.
Daryl.
It's like what we sound like when we're underwater, except it's him.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to communicate.
We know. We're just harassing you.
Okay,
well,
I'm
how do
allowed
we-
to clarify.
How do we get to the ship? That's all we need.
I
You
don't
need to learn how to sail it too, but
That's
yes.
less important than
no
getting
ship,
there.
Swim.
If we never get there, we can never sail it.
Is there somewhere we can hide at least before we sail a ship? After things chill, we can steal a ship. Blub Blub, do you have somewhere to hide?
Escape. We must, but not through Billy. We must go a different way. I don't know how. I'm not.
This is new to me. I
Daryl,
don't know this.
what does the surroundings we're in look like?
Okay, so yeah, you just come through this door. You're in a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
The hallway, leads down quite a ways till you get to the main hall, or the main. See, there's the hall, and then there's the hallway. Yeah. But off of this, there are other hallways that go to the left and right that lead to other rooms. No one at this view knows what those do. There's also a door a little bit between you and the main.
So we're inside like a full-on keep.
Yeah.
Okay. And do we know like straight down this hallway is how we get out of the keep?
Yeah.
Okay. What was in the hall when we came through?
The main hall, the gathering hall, or
the hall, capital H.
Yeah, that was primarily. It looked like it was just a chair and the statue. There were guards but you guys were just kind of coming in. Like it almost gave the appearance of it had been empty until you guys got here. But
like the king's throne room.
Maybe what you've seen in a small town, it might be where the magistrate would sit to take requests or to see.
Or like the Dobber King's throne room kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then Cash is going to point that out. When we came through the big room with a chair, like where the king sits, there was no one in there. There was just 2 guards. And that was it.
Right, Billy sat down there, though, when you guys went through.
Yeah.
You can't just sit down on the king's chair and say you're king, Kaddish.
I don't want to... I don't want to do that. But no one was in that room. So if we just go straight down this hallway, we can go in that big room, and then through that big room is how we get out.
Okay.
No, not warrior.
Yeah, but I am, and she's kind of like one.
I'm the best warrior of the Dobbers.
You're the best paladin in the group.
Absolutely.
And I know things. And have lotions.
I don't think that helps as much as you keep saying it does, Globrick. I don't. It's like a skincare regimen. It's a pre-battle and post-battle.
Maybe fix the blub.
During a battle.
Anyway. We hide
we'll protect
Billy.
you.
Billy's scared.
We'll protect you. I will fight Billy myself. He has a dumb hat.
It is pretty absurd.
Now, do I have enough time to put on a disguise to look like the lizard type character at all, or one of the octopuses?
I don't know really how long that would take in D&D terms, but I think if you guys want to stand here while the guy's banging on the door for a couple turns, couple minutes, you can give it a shot. Give us a disguise roll and see what you look like.
Unless you have the spell disguise self.
Oh.
Yeah, I think doing a disguise takes minutes, probably, right?
Minutes.
But the spell is quick.
Yeah.
I think I have the spell.
So yeah, you could do the spell and then do the acting. You don't have to put on anything to do the acting.
No, I don't have the spell, so.
Yeah, I think putting on a disguise takes like 10 minutes. It's like putting on armor.
Yeah.
Donning armor. So no one has the spell?
No, I don't.
Never mind. I thought some said they did.
What do I have to roll?
For disguise self, we'd have to wait here for 10 minutes for you to put a disguise on in this hallway.
He'll come through the door in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You think
Or somebody will just come from the other direction because they're hearing banging.
He is making a racket.
Let's go to this room. Perhaps there's a window we can break and jump out of.
Okay.
No, there's a door.
No, that's even better.
That's what I was saying. The big hall is where the door is.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I don't know. Globrick.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to run down the hall to the main hall. You're going to run down the... There's another word for hall.
Corridor. We're running down this corridor
Thank you.
to
You're gonna run down
to the great hall.
To the main hall. Or you're going to go in the door that I said was on the
No,
side.
we're going to the great hall where the throne was.
All right. So yeah, you just run on in. Are you gonna like there's 2 swinging doors in front of you? Or are you gonna just like crash through?
Yeah, I mean, I think this guy's making enough noise that if we crash through, like, it's a moot point at that.
Burst through. You actually, as you come in, what you see is you do see that Billy's sitting in the chair, and there's like a line of people coming up to him, and you only catch a little bit before they all hop up and are like, "What's this disturbance?" And you hear Billy says, "I feel like the Silent King, Great Sagarak, is not in favor of your request, and the great and powerful Sagarak." Sorry, wrong story.
Can we just close the door and back away?
After you
how is the door? Is like the door outside open? Like to leave
there's
his keep?
people like coming in and out, and it's midday in the underground dark world.
Kaddish looks back with a mischievous look in his face, and he says, "Go or stay." And he looks to the rest of the group.
Can I try to charm Billy so that way?
No.
Billy is hostile. He imprisoned us.
Okay. Dang it.
He ordered people to kill you.
As soon as Siggy says go, Kaddish reaches behind him and pulls out the stone book and runs into the hall towards the main doors. And he's holding the book and he says, "The Silent King is the false king! I have the Abkhasis! It's me!" And he begins running towards the door, trying to attract all attention.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, so what's the meaning of that? And Billy stands up, his tentacles.
"You sit on a throne of lies! I hold the Abkhasis!" As he is running out the door.
How did you get out?
"False king! False king!" And he's beelining.
All right. You will pay for this heresy. And he pulls one of the spears out that he showed you when you got on the thing that had the runes carved in it, and he chucks it at you as you're running towards the door.
Go for it.
So do we want to? Let's do that first, and then we'll do initiative and stuff. Doopy doopy doo.
I suppose we should follow him.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Well, he's attempting to distract as best as possible, so that they all focus on him. That hits.
That should definitely hit.
It does. Hit.
No amount of creaking pennies will suffice for this.
Alrighty.
That's fine. We're still in the game.
All right. So 12 damage and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Jeez. 14.
14. So as the spear sticks into your back, you still feel tightness spread across your chest or across your back where it's piercing into you. As this tightness gets harder, you feel it spreading all the way to your limbs, and you look down and it almost looks like your skin is starting to turn gray, and that is one failure towards being turned into stone.
Oh.
Can I try to heal him with healing words?
We can roll initiative now.
Oh, crap.
Okay, cool. So, initiative. Woof.
That's a good initiative roll.
Globrik, Siggy, Daryl, Bowie, and then Kaddish.
Nice.
Cool.
All right.
So Globrik is up.
We'll describe this a little bit more. He goes running through, carrying the book. He gets hit in the back by a magical spear that's starting to turn him into stone. All of the other citizens in this room, which appear to be about 7 or 8, scatter, but they don't just flee because of what Kaddish was saying. They want to know what's going on. So there's a bit of like, run, there's a battle. What? And so they're kind of, it's been 6 seconds, but the equivalent of milling about. And there is the crab. What did I say? Crab-toe, crab-to-gator.
Right.
Is standing there with Billy and an octopus.
And
Is it the one
that's
that
what you got in the room with you at the moment?
Is it the octopus that messed with me that I messed with?
So yeah, sure. This octopus can be the one from the ship that you fought, and
look who it is, you bubbling buffoon.
But the crab negator though, I mean, he's like mostly head with a little torso and then a big tail and then crab legs. And he just like his big maw opens and like there's dribbling slobber and stuff, and so he's pretty intimidating too.
Good luck drawing on this crap you keep making up.
Because I haven't drawn other stuff.
No, I'm just saying, in the future, good luck drawing all this nonsense.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I love it. I love it. So you have Globrick going first though at this point.
Correct, yeah.
So in a single action, can we, like in a single move, can we get to the door, or is it taking like a full turn to get to the door?
Yeah. So you are not going to get to the door this turn. You will get there next turn if you just run.
Okay, so if I just run both turns, I'll be there, or if I just run this turn, I'll be there.
If you just run this turn, because if you take your action as running, it doubles your move. So you'll get there this turn, but it'll end your turn getting there.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you're running, chaos is ensuing around you. There's actually one of the people like drops some papers and they're like flying in the air.
As you run by Kadish, she goes, "I need lotion now," and you can see that he's got stony, ashy arms.
All right.
Oh,
and he's fumbling. Globrick is fumbling for some potions from his sack, and is shouting to his friends like, "Friends, come get through the door quickly!"
All right. So that takes us to me, right?
I think it's Siggy next.
Nope, it's him.
Is it?
Yeah, I got 12.
You sure did.
All right.
Another spear of doom.
So Billy, just his face turns as angry as you can imagine. This Dobber with the tentacles hanging down over his eyes. You practically see flames in his eyes, though it's purely just attitude, not actual flames. And he takes the other spear, because there were two of them, and he holds it out towards the door. And you see for a second water bubble up at the base of the door, and then it just goes poof, and makes a wall right in front of the door. So Globrick, what side of the wall are you on?
The one on... No.
What side are you on, Globrick?
I guess I'll be on the side with all my friends.
All right. This water is shooting up in front of the door at such a rate that the little bits, the little mist that's hitting you, it actually stings a little bit because it's just going so fast. It's like a water pick. The crab to gator leaps towards the biggest one of you that's left, which is going to be Siggy. Its gaping mouth open to bite at you, because biting is fun. 18.
That'll do it.
That'll hit. Oh, we like hitting. Damage is the best.
No, it's not. It's the worst.
Not against us.
Yeah, we're the good guys, Daryl. I don't know if you know. I don't know what game you're playing over there, but we're the good guys.
Nine.
Oh my gosh.
The jaws clamp down on you, and you can roll a strength saving throw. I need to get my dice out. I forget that I've got the good old roll 20 will let me just use dice that I rolled already and hit the button. That's a good thing save. So these jaws that are as big as you almost close down on you, and you feel that they're attempting to control you, to basically grapple you, but you fight it off because you're super strong. The octopus lashes out at Bowie, of course, because they have history.
Oh, you want to come at me, little one?
One of his tentacles flings up, and he's got an axe, and he swings at you.
19.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that hits. Yep, that hits.
We got some hits going on today.
Oh, boy.
Doopy-doopy-doo. 7 damage.
Okay.
And now it's Siggy's turn.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try and slash at the ginormous crocodile thing.
The crocto crab, crabdo croc, crapto. Crabdo cropper. I don't know. Alrighty. Great sword. All right. That'll hit. Your sword bites into its leathery, scaled skin, doing 8 damage. You're surprised that as bulky and scary as this thing is looking, you give it a good solid hit, and it backs away, feeling pain, probably for the first time in its life. Maybe that's an exaggeration. Anyone else want to take a turn?
I think it's Bowie's turn.
Yep. Is it possible to throw out some vicious mockery?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm definitely going to do that.
So
I'm just going to start insulting the octopus nonstop. You ugly-looking oaf. You don't even look nice. You look like something that your mother didn't want to have. That's right. You probably should just end your own life. So
it's pretty bad. You're so ugly. You resemble a unicorn. Yep. So what's the damage?
So what do I roll against it then?
Is it? He rolls a wisdom saving throw. I guess I'll roll it.
It's a 1d4.
He could roll a nat 20, but he's not wise, so we'll just assume it's going to be.
No, he definitely isn't. He's dumb.
Doopy-doo. Oh, there's a 14. You might still beat that. What's your save?
Right. What do I need to do? Wisdom?
No, it's not your save. It's
your save is 8 plus your proficiency, which would be 10 plus your charisma. So what's your charisma modifier?
All right. Charisma modifier is 3.
So it's a 13. So he beats it by 1.
Yeah, actually does beat it.
Dang
All right. So.
And I can't get a slash after that, can I?
No, it takes a whole turn.
Yeah, that's your action. All right.
Okay.
So he shakes it off, knowing your tricks. Because you've insulted him before. Who's next?
I believe that is me. Am I under any penalties?
You're going to need to make another saving throw, though.
At the end of my turn or the beginning of my turn?
Yeah, at the end of your turn.
Okay, but I don't have any minuses to anything, right?
No.
Okay, cool. So there's 2 guards and Billy.
Yeah.
Cool. I place the book on the ground and I kick it towards Globrick, who is at the door.
Right.
And then I'm going to charge at Billy. Because why not attack the king on his throne? Can I get to Billy in this round?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
He's in the middle of the room, so he's like 20 feet away from you.
Hell yeah. I'm going to attack the crap out of him. I hope. Because I need to...
Can we get a difficulty of 10 dexterity to make sure you just get that book over towards Globrick effectively?
Can I give you athletics?
Yeah,
perfect.
Sure.
10 on the nose. It gets to Globrick.
Yep.
God damn. Okay, right. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to run by my 2 allies here, and I am going to attack this guy here. And I think as I do...
He's still holding the second spear out with it perpendicular to you.
Yeah, so I am going to... Siggy, you took a hit last turn, right?
Yeah.
A decent one, yeah. So he's running by, and he looks to you, and he says, "Get everyone out of here!" And you feel invigorated as I'm going to use the Watcher's Eye. Not Watcher's Eye, sorry. Inspiring Word, which you can now spend up to, I think, 1, because we're level 3, 1 of your hit dice in combat, and you'll also gain 3 additional temporary hit points on top of whatever you spend there. So it's your hit die plus con, and then my plus 3 hit points. And that's a bonus action for me. And I am going to charge, and I'm going to hit this guy here with a 10.
10. All right. So
you're
kicking the book and pointing at Siggy and swinging wildly at Billy, who just steps to the side.
Perfect. Good. That's what I wanted. Great.
And roll your saving throw.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Con save. That's another failure, I think.
All right. That is another failure. You feel this tightening skin now reaching around to your chest. It's harder to breathe. You feel your heart beating in your chest as if it's beating against something solid instead of in its normal, tissuey, happy place.
Yikes.
One more turn, and unless somebody can cast the thing that undoes that. I don't think any of you have that spell, though, because you're low level. Sorry.
It's lesser restoration.
Yeah, restoration. Okay. So it's their turn. So yeah, Billy steps to the side and just takes his other hand that had thrown the previous spear and just punches you.
Rude. Beat an 18?
Yeah, we will try to do that if I learn how to use this silly computer. 12.
Does not.
Whiff. But he punches again.
Get out of here.
And he whiffs again. Whiff.
Not today.
That was impressive. Okay. The Crabdigator bites at Siggy again. Oh, the rolls are coming back to Earth here. And then the Octopus axes at Bowie. Wow, look at those rolls.
Thank goodness.
Everybody, whiff, 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 whiff.
I love it. All
Very
right.
nice.
It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead.
It's Siggy's turn. Siggy was after all those
Siggy's
guys.
turn. Sorry, Siggy.
Yeah.
All right, quick question. Do I feel like what is happening to Kaddish is a poison?
Also, I'm pretty sure we skipped Globrick.
Oh.
It was me, then Globrick, then Daryl.
Yeah, we did skip Globrick. He's at the
Top.
stove.
I should be at the very top.
Yes.
Always.
It is. You can tell it's magical as the spear hit him. The runes along its shaft lit up momentarily. Sorry, yes. So Globrick, what you doing?
Yes, Globrick
Has the book.
has the book. He crouches down atop it so no one takes the book. This is dire imperative.
The book is lost, one of the citizens say. That can't be the book. That one is stone.
Quiet. Quiet, you.
Shut up! The great
DM is so
Globrick is
distracting.
speaking!
Globrick produces his most poisonous vial from his belt, from his pouch, and hurls it at Billy. I am casting Ray of Sickness.
Nice.
I have to make an attack roll first. I guess I have to roll that. Come on, roll 20. Shouldn't you do this for me?
Dexterity.
Or do I do the spell attack bonus at the top of my spell page? I assume.
An 18 will hit.
Yes,
So.
that is correct.
Okay.
Perfect.
So,
Now
describe it to us.
It's this vial of his extremely poisonous substances that he's kept tucked away and wrapped in like a paper. So he pulls it all apart, double checks it. It's labeled with 10 axes. And he hurls it and says,
Taste this, you fool, Captain. This is what you get for capturing the Globrick Purg.
The Globrick.
It hits and breaks, or however you envision that.
and he has to make a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw. and he takes 5 poison damage.
Did I not roll? There we go. Wow, look at that saving throw.
He is poisoned until next turn, which means he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. So it breaks over him. It's smoky, hissy, nasty. Hey, what have you done, you foul goblin? And then the water and splashes out all across the room. The door is now unblocked. And now it's Siggy's turn, who
Okay, quick question.
This was what you noticed.
Kadish, what you did for me, does that take an action?
No.
Okay, so it's just...
No, you just
okay.
get that. It's my turn. I give that to you. Yeah, you just do that.
So for my action, I'm going to cast Bless on myself, Bowie, and Kadish. So you get an extra D4 to saving throws.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm going to run for the door.
You're going to run for the door?
An attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Oh, I'm wrong. You get to roll 1 more hit dice. It's half my level rounded up, so it would have been 2 instead of 1.
Cool. Let me roll that, because that might be important.
And that brings us to... is Bless a bonus action?
I believe it is an action.
So you would get an attack if you run from this guy.
Yeah, an attack of opportunity, yeah.
You would get attacked?
Attacked,
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Real quick, though, Globrick, after the door became unblocked, did you do anything else? I mean, because you haven't moved. You picked up the book.
I made the attack roll. As a move action, I would pick up the book probably, and be holding it. And I think I'm planning to run, but since you bring it up, I did actually realize that I can command my homunculus as a bonus action. So I'm gonna have it do an acid spittle, and I think this is like a weird. I got this at 3rd level. It's a artificer alchemical homunculus. So this is just a weird chemical thing that I let out of a jar.
It's Blobby from the Treasure Planet.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
So it rears up like in a weird snake shape and then shoots a acidic spittle at I don't know, at Billy. Why not? Okay. I went for him. So so it is a +4 to hit.
Sorry, what I'm getting at is, if getting up from prone reduces your movement by half, picking up a book would reduce your movement by half. So you could still exit if you wanted to.
Okay, I would do that. I missed with this attack, though.
All right, so the little snake chemical thing and follows you, I assume, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Good job, slime thing. Come quickly, this way.
So the ridiculous retconning we're doing here. So then,
sorry,
the 2 miss punches at Kadish from Billy, and he says, "Stop them!" And then Siggy does her action, and instead of getting attacked with the attack of opportunity, the guy is going to run towards the door, because now that's his priority, because that's what he's ordered to do. So, all that to be said, whoever's after Siggy gets to go. Bowie?
Bowie is after.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still a little tiffed, so I'm going to slice at that ugly octopus.
All right. 15, that'll hit.
Excellent.
His weeny little seaweed armor. Just click the rapier underneath your hit. The word rapier. There you go.
Oh,
3. All right, you cut him. Go.
That's what you get, you ugly mug.
You know nothing of me.
I'll have more of you in pieces in a little bit.
Are you moving any? Or are you going to stay here and stay Stay engaged.
Oh, I'm so tempted to just stay and just hack away, but I see everybody else running for the door, so I go towards Kaddish to try to help him along.
Alrighty.
I'm in the opposite direction from the door.
You are going to incur an attack of opportunity. He's going to reach out with one of his tentacles, swinging with the axe, but grabbing. What's your AC?
AC. Where's my AC?
You're a bard. Surely it's not that high.
No.
It's in the top middle of your
12. I'm 12.
12, all right. So he grabbed you. Roll a strength check.
Strength saving throw?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So his tentacle wraps around you, but you basically just and push it away. It doesn't get a good
You really think you can get me, you ugly thing?
And you're free, so you can move towards the door.
I'll come back for you later. Don't worry.
Stop them! Stop them! The citizens almost look tempted to join in, but they're not. Globrick.
You guys are more than welcome to join in killing this ugly, foul beast if you'd want. Considering you're already worshipping a false god and whoever this ugly, good-for-nothing dauber is.
All right.
Rough. I think that brings it to me, and I'm going to disengage as my, what's the nat 20 for?
Yeah, so that nat 20 is some guy just throws a rock at Bowie.
That's fair.
I get a rock thrown at me? Awesome.
Doing the blue stars work there. Doing the blue stars work there.
8 damage.
4 damage.
For maximum damage.
Max damage on a head of lettuce hurled at you.
My cabbages! I am...
The Silent King is not a false god!
Okay. Maybe I'll come back and you know what? If you want me to cut your throat too, you go ahead and keep throwing.
I'm just going to run. I'm just going to straight up run. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Alrighty. Yeah, so Billy's going to give you the attack of opportunity too. He's going to hit you with his other spear now. For that much.
21 will hit.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I don't see there it is. 8 damage.
And I am running.
You are running
I think I need to make a save for you as well.
Yeah.
So a save.
You've got all sorts of bonuses though.
And I get a plus D4 to that if I need it. Do I need it?
Okay. You do not need it.
Okay. Fantastic. So I leave, get stabbed again, and I just am running towards the door.
Yeah, and this time, all of a sudden, you feel your life, your essence, whatever it is, inside you decides, I'm not turning to stone today.
Yeah.
And your skin breaks out. You almost can even imagine little flakes of stone falling off, but that's not really what happens. The gray recedes and you come back to a normal color.
Sweet. So
everybody's through the door now, I assume, right?
I believe so.
Globrick, can you seal that door? Can you use?
Yeah. So it's 2 large, lockable, barrable doors. The bar's on the other side, of course, but you could swing it shut, or you can just run like madman.
Run?
I could just grease the floor beneath the door. It's a pinch point, so they would all slide around like a bunch of fools.
That sounds great. Yes, go ahead.
Perfect.
Yes. All right. You do it. I think it's perfect. So no rolls required. You hit the grease, and just as you hit that, you see them getting right up to the door, chasing you. The first one there is the crab-digator, and his little pointy crab feet hit that grease, and he just goes poof, and he falls, and he actually spans the whole width of the door, and everyone then piles up on top of him.
Hell yeah.
Very cartoon-like. It's perfect. So you guys now are running down the street. You're in the streets, kind of like cobblestone or just raw stone where it's been worn over the years. Like I described the city before, it's got kind of the smoky air about it because of the lanterns. And of course, you've got your fish friend trying to keep up with you. He's not as fast as you, but he's doing his best.
Thank God Glub Glub came with us.
Huh?
We need
I
it.
said, thank God that Glub Glub came with us.
Yeah, glub glub.
Glub glub.
That way, that way, that way.
Follow
Glub friend, didn't you say that you had a friend here named Kalen? Oh no, that was Zerd.
Sorry.
We left the Zerd.
sore subject.
Well, we didn't leave him. He just didn't come with us.
Glub Glub. All right, go
Radish
do the
didn't
leg,
cut
Glub
me,
Glub.
So I actually agree with him on that one.
Alrighty.
Where is Glub Glub pointing to?
He's pointing to in an alley at the moment. It's just an alley. He says, "Home."
Oh, then yeah, we'll follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want everyone to assume a role, or on behalf of the group, we need a perception roll. We need a survival roll.
I can do survival.
And we need a stealth. Yes, stealth roll. So this is
I'll
on
do
behalf
survival.
of the group for everybody.
Here is the survival roll.
But you guys aren't being real quiet, but you are making your way.
I'll do
17.
perception.
Globrick will treat the strange stone wounds of Kaddish over here.
Medicine. There you go.
Well, there are only 3 of those rolls, I think, right?
Right. So at least the survival one, which is the one you needed to follow the fish who keeps ducking into corners and not finding. And at one point he just kind of disappears, and you realize he went under a grate that went down into like what seems like a sewer, but you didn't see it at first. So your survival allows you to kind of deduce he's going towards the water, but not going towards the sea. He's trying to find another way.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are now kind of underneath the city in some tunnels, splashing through some water, not being very quiet. And Glub Glub says, must keep going. They will follow. They will follow.
We're following you. Go.
Yes, by all means, please.
Okay. You find your way to catacombs that are, or an opening. The cavern opens up, as big as, a 30-foot diameter room, and there's a pool of water. There's a swim down under.
Under what?
A path. The passageway down comes out at my home.
Oh, we don't have quite as much water as you do down here. I'm not sure that we could swim very far.
Coming.
How far?
10 minutes.
I can't breathe.
That's not going to work.
I can't breathe.
But
Do you have a lotion
maybe
for this?
is there air? Maybe
I
there are
don't.
air pockets.
Are there? You swim it.
I don't need them.
All of my attempts at making underwater breathing potions have ended disastrously, so I fear that the ones that I have with me might not be useful in this situation.
I'm going. And he jumps into the water.
I don't think we have any other choice.
Yep,
Yes, we're diving.
All right.
we're dying.
I don't want to drown.
You know what, Glabrick? Give me that. He takes the book back and puts it in his bag, and then he just holds his backpack and jumps in.
It's like
Oh.
every movie where the person is trying to get as far as they need to get and hold as much air in until they get to the little things. As you start swimming under, you do find a path or a passageway. What is heroism doing?
I wanted to cast it on Globrick because he seemed a little nervous.
Imbue with bravery for up to 1 minute.
Oh, your words are always so inspiring, Bowie.
Just don't go
I
out.
believe in you, Globrick. Let's go.
You know what? For the first time, I think I believe in myself.
Or, excuse me,
Globrek thinks he believes in himself.
Well, you need to go in the water now. That's what we need to do now.
Okay. Perhaps we could tie a rope to me and the fish could pull me.
The fish is gone. So
he's been under
as
the water.
you come under the water, the passage is actually quite beautiful. There's a little bit of iridescent coral on the sides, and you see this kind of blue-green aquamarine glow, just barely enough to see. You do see that at the ceiling, there's little white patches, which you realize rather after a minute of orienting yourself that those are bubbles. So you do have some hope, but none of those bubbles are, they're just little specks at what you see so far. So we're going to need an athletics roll from everybody, unless you can convince me that acrobatics also counts for swimming.
Yes, acrobatics is... I'm going to be doing a lot of this and working and doing lots of these things under the water really quickly.
That wasn't very convincing, but I'll take it.
15.
23.
Alrighty. So Kaddish and Siggy are swimming along, doing great. Give me a Constitution roll also.
All of us?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Not good.
Your Bowie and Globrick are at disadvantage on this roll, by the way. Sorry, you guys were rolling faster than I was getting all my thoughts out. Wow, but those rolls. Oh my gosh.
Stop breathing.
Those are even better bubble noises than I was making. You guys do make it to an air pocket where you can push your head up enough to breathe. You don't have your head all the way out, but you do have like your lips kind of out.
This is a terrible idea. Globrek tried to tell you all.
Everyone takes 2 damage except for Bowie, who took 1.
Okay.
But we made it.
Globrek is drowning.
You're doing great, Globrick. Just keep going.
Keep swimming.
We can do it.
Globrek doesn't know how to swim. Globrek's potions weigh him down.
I have a stone book.
Do those rolls one more time. The whole kit and caboodle, the athletics or acrobatics and constitution.
Oh, I much better
so
that
hard
time.
to see what's happening.
So a 21 and a 12 from Kaddish.
All right, so the 21 gets you there, and the 12 keeps you from being damaged.
A
19 and 1.
No. Siggy drowns.
19 is athletics. The 1 is the con.
Okay, but you're good. You get the 15 because you made the athletics roll.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, I don't know if I communicate the other time, but you guys all rolled 4s or something. So, so Siggy's good. Globrick, you are not good. Have you rolled your? Oh, there's acrobatics for. Okay. So.
I must not be afraid.
Yeah. So Globrick and Bowie take 2 more damage. And you
2 more damage?
you swim, and you actually are you 2 are fighting so hard to get there. Siggy and Kaddish burst up out of the water, breathing heavily. You find yourself in a little pool with a sand bank out to the side there, and the fish man is there. Globrick and Bowie are struggling to get to the edge. They're actually hitting their head on the top of the rock, and then finally get out into the water.
Oh,
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that was fine.
speak for yourself. Globrick, are you okay?
A little blood trickling down.
Listen, we're going to have a push-up regimen. It's going to be, and then there's going to be long-distance sprints for lung capacity. We got to do a whole thing. You can't just make potions and play instruments. You got to work out, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta He'll be
Might be
sturdy.
that when we get done with this quest, I might need to smack him around a bit.
I mean, Bowie, we really need to talk about this violence thing too. You can't just murder people.
And judging by that short swim, I don't know
if
if you can smack me around.
you gotta work on this conversion rather than murdering.
Okay.
When this quest is over, I'm going to sleep in a proper bed, not a prison floor.
It's only been 3 nights in prison.
I could produce that room, that hut again, if we want to rest in there.
Oh, we could rest.
Glub first, and then rest.
Yes, glub, yes.
Yeah, so Glub's there at the on the bank. You not swim good.
No, we don't swim much at all. I figured out I can do a lot of this, but it doesn't get me many places.
He takes your hand and like pulls your fingers apart a little bit. No fins.
Well, I'm not whatever you are, Glub.
It's sad. It's sad. Water is friend.
Well, we're kind of down here because water wasn't very friendly to our friend Rosa, so it's a little different story up above. So.
He leads you down this path. He's until eventually it kind of opens up into a little bit of a clearing. You get the sense now that you're in the open space that is the actual underworld, as you've come to understand it, as opposed to this little set of caverns, right?
I thought you meant like the underworld. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
How deep does it go, Daryl? How many Inception levels?
7.
Yeah.
You would have another layer.
Are we playing Descent to Avernus secretly the whole time?
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. This is a different. You might be surprised what adventure we're playing. But yeah, no, you're out of the caverns. You're back in the underworld. I can never think of words, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You can even see the stars that were described before.
Gotcha.
You notice that Tori has moved like across the sky. So you figure you must have come pretty far south, north, which was not your intention as far as you think the map goes. But you are led to this whole area is kind of watery. There's a little bit of a creek that you're walking by on this sandy area. And you come to what seems like a cluster of large, flat mushrooms that are coming out from the walls, but then the trunks or the bases of them kind of go down into the water, and there's a little bit of a pool. You see some fins in the water kind of swimming around, and then they step up onto the land and go into these mushrooms, and you get this sense that these mushrooms kind of have water entrances and land entrances, and there's all these fish people kind of living in this little town. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
All right. That was a freaking adventure and a half. That was so much action packed into one night. Jesus. Okay. All right, cool. That was episode 6, I think.
6.
Of the Dobbers. We are halfway through this season, and we are just trekking right along, finding this book and all these weird things and fish people, and Daryl now has 100 more things to draw by the end of the campaign. So let's go around, do our introductions, and we'll get the hell out of here so we can let Daryl get back to drawing. So we'll start with Daryl himself. Daryl, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hello, I am Daryl T. Jones, Splattered Ink on the internet. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I am an illustrator and board game designer. Just today, the cover was released for Lions of Lydia, which is the next game I am the artist for. So go check that out. And if you like Board Game Geek, go to that and give that image a thumbs up, because it is right now on the front page in the hot images list. So that's what I do. I am the creator of the Dobbers, which is what we've been playing. This is the second episode, or the second campaign that I've created so far. So this one was way off track of the kind of the standard Dobbers world. But if you want to learn more about it, just go to the website, splatterink.com, and go to the D&D campaign page, whatever I called it. Anyway, that's me. Thanks for coming.
Hell yeah. We'll jump over to Bowie or Chris. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
I'm Chris. I'm the charity board gamer. I do board game reviews, and I also do demonstrations for different publishers. But you can find me on Instagram. That's the best place to find me. And then, of course, here every Tuesday. So,
fantastic. We'll jump over to Mac. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I can be found on a couple of different places on the internet. The Meeple Street, www.themeeplestreet.com is my blog. It's where I do a lot of reviews and convention coverage and all kinds of other fun things with a focus on board gaming in the classroom and how to implement board games in the classroom. Other than that, I'm found on the Meeple Street on Twitter, Facebook, but on Instagram, that's special. I'm Mako the Meeple there. So that's where I post daily board gaming pictures mostly.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, Keith, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm Keith. You can find me at Material Components, materialcomponents.com, or mcomponents on Twitter. And I run an after-school program here in Nashville teaching kids age 6 to 16 tabletop role-playing games. And the younger kids are playing a system of our own creation powered by the apocalypse that's built to encourage positive heroic morality and nonviolent conflict resolution. We're leading towards the season finale here in Nashville and really excited about the giant epic boss that we have on Wednesday in the Wednesday group that I'm involved in. 6 different tables fighting the same epic end boss, tentacled monster that has devoured the sun. So that will be pretty awesome. And if you're interested in hearing more about that, check us out at theheroesguild.com.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. If you guys want to see us, we're going to keep announcing this until it happens. Myself, Keith, and Daryl will all be at PAX in December 6th, the weekend of us. If you guys want to hang out with us, come see us there, tweet at us, do all that fun stuff. We'll be there all weekend long, having a good-ass time. In the meantime, if you guys want to support the channel, please go check us out on our Patreon. If you want to join the conversation, talk about the Dobbers, see some sneak peeks at some of the art that Daryl is posting, check us out in our Discord. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. So from all of us to you guys, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.